So hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. My name is Arsalan and today we are on day 55th of solving the object-oriented programming questions with the help of Python. If you are very new to this playlist, let me give you a very brief introduction of what this playlist is all about. In this playlist, we have been solving questions based on object-oriented programming. We started from a day one with a very basic concept, with a very basic logic, with a very basic idea of object-oriented programming, and then we have increased the bar like anything. We came upon to day 2, day 3, day 4, and so on and so forth, and finally we are on day 55th where we are solving the concept of polymorphism question. So just before starting with this tutorial, please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button, and bookmark the playlist so that you can get the updates from the channel. If you guys do not know what is polymorphism, you can watch my tutorial on day 51 where I've explained the concept of polymorphism with a basic structure and also a question we have solved. And then I have been solving question based on it, and this is the day 5th we have been solving. We are solving question based on polymorphism. So guys, what we have to do today is we have to create a class hierarchy with base class, shape, and two subclasses, circle and rectangle. Implement a method called calculate circle in each class that calculates the area of the shape. So as I've already told you that first of all you have to try it on your own so that you know the level of your understanding and you know the level of yourself. So if you try it on your own, you will be knowing that where you are lacking and where you are right now. So let's start this tutorial, and what we will be doing here is, first of all, we will be creating a parent class, and the name of the parent class is shape. So class shape, and then we have to pass some instance attribute, or what we will be doing here, instead of passing instead we will be just defining a method that will be saying that calculate area is the method name, and passing self here and passing this whole method here because we will be overriding in the subsequent classes. That will be our two subsequent classes, circle and rectangle. Implement a method called calculate area in each class that calculates the area of the shape. Then implement a function called calculate total area that takes a list of shape objects as input and calculate the total area. The function should use polymorphism to call the calculate method on each shape object regardless of their specific class. So I hope that you've understood the question, or if you have not understood this question, you have to just follow these steps. That includes your task is to define a base class shape with a method calculate area that is meant to overridden by subclasses. So let's create two subclasses here. So let's say child class circle is the first class, and then second class is child class rectangle. These two are two child classes, and what we have to do here is we have to create a class called circle, and then we have to close it by parenthesis because it's a child class, and inside those parentheses we will be putting the name of the parent class. So the name of the parent class is shape, and after doing this shape, shape, and then after doing this, what we'll be doing here is we will be just again writing def calculate area, and then now we have to apply a logic which includes to take a radius as a parameter here inside our method. And then after doing this, we will be saying that area is equals to 22 divided by 7 into radius square. So radius self dot radius, or we can just we have to pass it in our instance attribute def init, and then I will be seeing that radius, and then I will be taking it here, self dot radius is equals to radius, and I will be not taking it here, and I will be seeing that self dot radius is equal multiply by self dot radius, or we can just take it like this. It will be giving me the same value, so I will be saying that self dot radius is square. Alright, so area is equals to self dot radius power 2 and multiply by 22 by 7, and then we have to return area. Alright, now after doing this, we have to create a class called rectangle. So class rectangle, rectangle, and this is again a child class, and tangle, and then this is a child class, so we'll be closing it by parenthesis, and inside those parentheses we will be taking the name of the parent class. So the name of the parent class is shape, and then we will be just taking definite function again here, and then after doing this we will be just putting two instance attributes, that is width and height, and we will be saying that self dot width is equals to width, self dot height is equals to height. After doing this, we'll be creating a function called calculate area and removing this super init function here, super function from here, because we will be not requiring it here. So what we will be doing requiring here is to return an area. So area is equals to self dot height multiply by self dot height multiplied by self dot width. This is our area, and we will be returning this value, return area. Now what we have done here in both of the classes, that we have created a container area in a variable area, and then we have put the area, the logic inside it, inside the area, and then we have returned that area. For each individual classes we have done the same thing, but the logic is different. All right, now after doing this, what we will be doing here is that we have created our class shape, we have also created our subclasses circle and rectangle, but what we have to do is here very different thing, that let's read out the task that after doing let's read out this part, third part. Implement a function calculate total area that takes the list of shapes objects as input. So what you have to do, we have to create a method that will be taking shape objects as input. So let's create an instance here. First of all, let's create instance, creating instances for circle and rectangle. So let's say circle is equals to circle, and it will be taking some radius. So let's say 5 is the radius, and again circle 1, let's say, is again our instance 2. So let's say 3 is our instance 2, and then let's create for rectangle. So rectangle rectangle, rectangle, and rectangle is equals to rectangle, and then inside that we have to pass two arguments, that let's say it's 5 and 10. So the area will be 50, and then rectangle 2 or 1 we can write. So rectangle, and then let's say we have 2 and 4, so it will be 8. So now we have 4 instances, 2 instances for circle and 2 instances for rectangle classes. So we have 2 instances for circle class and 2 instances for rectangle class. So what we will be doing here is we will be creating a method that will be creating the total area, which will be including this area. So the area, it will be returning something. So it will be returning some area. So or we can just print this value. Let's say circle print circle dot area. We can print this and run this, and it's showing me an error, area. So it's a method, it's not an attribute. So return area, calculate area, not area, return calculate area, and it will be giving me some value, that is, let's say 78 point something. So this will be holding this value. All right, and then if I run this again for my circle 1, it will be giving me another value. Let's say it's 28 point something. All right, so it will be carrying 28 point something, and put it a comment here, and now it will be giving me 50, and it will be giving me 8. So the total area will be is equals to 78.57 plus 28.28 plus 50 plus 50 plus 8. So this is the total area, which will be including circle, circle 1, rectangle, and rectangle 1. All of these areas will be added. So what we have to do here is the logic. The question asked from us is to create a method that will be just calculating the area for all of these. So what we can do here is, let's say we have a total area variable is equals to 0, which we have initialized it by 0, and this will be just summing up all the total area. So let's create a method def calculate total area, and then in this method what we will be doing here is we will be just adding all the value inside the total area. So total area plus is equals to something. So what we will be doing here is we will be taking a list here, because you have to take a list. So let's say shapes is equals to list. So shapes is our list. All right, so shapes is our list, and it will be shape total area will be equal to, for shape in shapes, what we have to do, we have to add the total area plus is equals to shape dot calculate area and close it by parenthesis. Now what will be happening here is that when we run this method, it will be just giving me the calculate area, and what will be happening here is that after running this, I have to create a list of objects, that is our circle and circle 1, rectangle and rectangle 1. So let's say shapes list is equals to, what is our shape list? Let's say it's circle, then circle 1, then it's rectangle, then it's rectangle 1, right? We have 4 objects here, so we have put all the objects here, and then we have we have created a function which is running a loop, right? Which is running a loop, and in that loop, that is actually adding the calculate area. So calculate area is a function, and shape are these shape, circle, circle 1, rectangle, rectangle 1, and these rectangle 1, rectangle 1, rectangle, rectangle 1, circle, circle 1 is our instances. So these are instances, and we are running a method in all of these instances, which we have already created inside our class method. So while we create this shape list, it should be shape list. While we have created this shape list, and when we run this method, what we will be adding here is we will be getting the area here. All right, so I hope now you have understood the logic here, that what we have done here is so what we can do here is total area. So we can just print total area now, and then total area, and it should work. So it will be printing me a 0 here. So why it's printing me 0 here? Because we haven't put shape list here. All right, So what you will be doing here is you will be just commenting it down here and saying that total area is equals to uh, uh, calculate total area. It is a function, it's a method, and then inside this method we will be putting the list. So the list is shape list, and then I can simply print total area. Print total area. So before it was printing me 0, now it should print me total area as something like 143 something, 146 something. So it's showing me an error, total area where it is not associated with the value, cannot access local variable total area where it is not associated with a value. So it's showing me an error. Let's see what's the error coming up here. Actually what we have to do here is we have we have just initialized this 0 outside the method. We have to take it inside the method, and it should run fine when we just take it inside the method. Why? Because what we did here is that we have taken it outside the method. That's why it was showing me an error. But then we have to just print out comment out this, because it hasn't been defined globally. It was defined, it has to be it has been defined local. So it is defined locally, not globally, so that's why it was showing me an error. So it's showing me list object has no attribute calculate area. So total area plus is equals to shape dot calculate area, and then what we can do here is we can just create a method above here and put it like something like here after before our instances, and then try to run it, and showing me list object has no attribute calculate area. So what was the name of the method? Let's see. Shape dot name was calculate area. Let's copy this before running it again. So I am doing it live because I want to show you that how to tackle the bugs and how to fix the errors inside your code, in your code. So when we just do it, you will be just knowing that how to fix the errors and bugs. All right, so I am doing it live, and list object has no attribute calculate area. So it's saying that list object has no list objects. Where is a list object? So this is the list object. Let's see what's the problem here is. Oh yes, what we are doing here is that we are taking a list inside a list, so that's why it was showing me the error. What we have to do is just we have to simply uh, pass this variable, because it's already a list. So we are just while we put this inside a list, so it's creating double list. So that's why it was showing an error. Yeah, see, it's showing me correct now. It's showing me a none value, however, but it's running. It is not throwing me an error. So what we will be doing here is we will be just checking why it's showing me a none, but let's understand that why it's what showing me an error before. We will be removing this from here, and then I will be just creating an f string, and then I will be saying the total area here, that total area is equals to this, and uh, I will be just copying it this from here and try to put it down. But let's see what's the real problem here is. It's showing me a none value here. Let's check our function first, that's if that we are running a function properly or not, or we are returning something or not, because we are printing a total value. It's a function here, it should return a value here, and we are printing something here. So let's see if we are returning a value here or not. Oh yeah, we are not returning the total area. We have added the value, but we are not returning anything, so we have to return it also, right? So return me total area. Now it should run finally. Now it should run. See, it's running now. So finally we know that it's running now, and we can just remove this here, remove this here. We do not want a print value here, and circle 1 and circle 2, and this should run fine now. We have created a function, then we have created instances, then we have created a list, and inside that list we have put 4 objects here, and then from 4 objects we have calculate area, and we have created a function, and all things are fine. Then then finally I will be creating an f string here. I've created a f string here and put a curly brace here, and then I will be seeing that total area is equals to this. So run this. See, it's showing me 164.85 something. So I hope now you have understood the logic that why it was showing me an error, and now you know the logic of polymorphism at a very high level. So guys, this was all for today on day 55th. Thank you guys for watching this video, and see you next time.